KILR Killer Game.
Hello, gamers, simmers, and pilots. I am the Killer Gamer, and welcome back to the tour around the world featuring Microsoft Flight Simulator 3. Yeah, you know, I hadn't really thought about doing 3 because 3 and 4 are relatively the same. 3, if anything, is almost like an unfinished version of 4. But I'm glad I did. I'm glad I decided to do this and add it to the World Tour series where it's matching the same flights as all the other simulators. So, yeah, welcome. And speaking of flights, let's talk about the flight that we're going to do. Here is our map of our Sublogic Scenery Disc number 11. And we are right here at Detroit Metro, Wayne County. We're going to be flying over here to Lansing, Michigan, and landing over there at Capital City Airport. I'm not sure if it's still called Capital City. It might be. But yeah, that is our next destination. So we will tune in to Lansing right here, 110.8. That should be close enough to get us to the airport, and then we'll line up with one of the runways and land. Didn't I just pet you? I just pet you. TextRich. Thanks. Oh, what's not off the point? Spice. He's going to be our guest star. Or my co-pilot. Just don't jump up on the controls. Especially when I try to land. That's like the worst time. Yeah, Spice, he is a beautiful cat. He's well proportioned and everything. Now the other two cats, on the other hand, our orange one, Julius, he's a bit of a chubby one. And then Shadow, he is a small cat. He's a tiny little, I mean, he's not a kitten, but he's just much smaller. And he's got a little bit of a gut, but not like Julius. That boy is heavy. All right. Go ahead and get this started here. The VOR was 110.8. Go and tune that in right here. There we go, 66.4 miles. Yeah, the only one that I tend to have a little bit of trouble with is Shadow. Shadow will jump up here on the desk, and then he lays over and just flops himself. Even if there's a keyboard, he'll just he'll just flop and lay on it. And he usually does that when I try to land. I'm like, that's the wrong time to be flopping on the keyboard. Stop crying, boy. You're in here with me. You're not alone now. Okay, the heading that we need to go is 304. Let's add a little wind direction. What do you guys think? Add some wind direction? Let me look up a meter file for KDTW. Okay. Pressure. Winds from the east, 80 degrees at 9 miles per hour. Well, we're not going to do 9 miles per hour. That tends to make landing a little difficult. Let's go here. Let's set the winds. We'll do surface winds. Depth. Alright, let's not worry about depth. Death. Direction. That was the wrong one. I. Okay, I need to hit the I key. So it was 080. Oh, come on. There it is. Speed. Let's compromise. Let's put 4. There we go. We'll give us a little bit of winds here. I don't do that very often on the old flight simulators. Just because it winds up being... It makes lining up with the runway harder than what it should. What are you doing? Really? Mao? Don't go back there. Go sit down. Be good. What? I'm working. I am working, boy. Let's go ahead and get our ATIS information. Wayne County. Visibility 10. Temperature 47. Wind 79 at 4. Landing and departing runway 3. Remember when I was young playing these, I always wondered, why do I have to tell them hotel or India or whatever, and how come this transponder doesn't work, and all that stuff. And of course I learned later what all that was. Okay, runway 3. Well, we got to figure out where runway 3 is at. Let's look it up on here. Well, any of those runways could be 3. There's 3 of them going in that direction. We'll just take the one that's closest to us. Alright, let's get moving. Stop jumping around in the airplane. I don't have a yoke or control stick or anything like that. Well, no, I do, kind of. I mean, I have this. Doesn't quite work here, though. If I get a DOS set up on PC emulator, then this might actually work. I might be able to get it set up on Windows 95 by booting in the DOS mode. But I don't know how smooth this would be. I've got this set at 48,000 cycles in DOSBox, which actually makes everything smoother. Alright, here comes the end of the runway. Is this runway 3? Not sure. It might be 3. Yep, it's 3. Just 3 left. So there's a 3 lefts, 3 center, 3 right. Didn't really say which one to take. Just 3. Okay. We're on our way. Should be climbing up here. There we go. Landing gear up. Wave goodbye there to Detroit, Detroit Metro, Wayne County. Detroit is ahead of us there. We need to turn to a heading of probably 300 based on VOR number 1. And there's an airport over there in front of us. I'll let you know what that is here in a moment. Leveling us out, off here. Around 3,000. That's what I usually do on the old simulators. Okay, that airport is Willow Run. Yeah, that is the Willow Run Airport. There is a Salem VOR over here. Wasn't sure if there was like a suburb of Salem, but I'm not seeing it. On a real map, that is. And so we got some lines here. Those are going to be... Whoop, getting a little too high here. because of the clouds. We got the clouds up there. Okay, one of these here is Interstate 96. I'm not sure which one. There's like two of them. I think this this here crossing over here is Interstate 275. Oh, this other one here, that might be Interstate 696. 696 and Interstate 96. They kind of meet somewhere over here. And then 96 will take us up to Lansing. Just in case you want to follow on a real map. And there is Detroit back there. That's the airport. And this is Sublogic Scenery Disc number 9. Debugger! I had no idea it was tuned in. You are welcome. Hope to see you again. It looks like there's an airport right up here. That might be Jackson County. I don't think that's Capital City. "58 miles away. I don't think we'd be seeing it. Ah, well, that's good. That's good. And take a look at some other stuff that I've got too. I've got stuff dating all the way back to Flight Simulator 1, all the way to Flight Simulator 2020, as well as X-Plane 5 to X-Plane 11. There's a whole bunch on the channel, so if you like the retro stuff, there's a lot of it. And the stream will be up for about a month. And then it will be taken down because these are being recorded and being turned into separate episodes for the World Tour series. So for about a month, you get to see all this stuff ahead of time. Ooh, that disappeared. Whatever was over there disappeared. Well, it's good to meet you, and we'll see you again. We'll be doing some flights on the Commodore Amiga too. Not today. And with the Commodore Amiga, you don't actually have to worry about this PC speaker sound that we're hearing. It actually has a digitized engine sound. .8 miles to go. Alrighty, take care. Yeah, the Amiga's going to be tomorrow. Detroit out there in the distance. I think Detroit was supposed to have a little bit more scenery. I didn't see it. But we'll be coming back to this area, so we'll fly along the Detroit River, and we might actually see a little bit more. But we're going to be heading... Scenery Disc 11 actually has a little bit of Canada. So, after several more airports, we'll actually be going into Canada a little bit. Yeah, cool things ahead. .49 more miles to go as my cola here starts to water down because the ice is melting. I tend to get the generic soda from Walmart, the Sam's Cola and stuff like that. You know, it really doesn't taste that bad. And it's like anywhere from half the price to a third of the price. But here's the big thing too, with 2-liter bottles, if you don't drink it within like the next day or so, it starts to get flat. And so with the generic soda, if I haven't drank it all, I don't feel bad throwing it away. But with brand names, you know, it's like I want to get my money's worth. And it's much cheaper than buying those small little bottles. SquidBeam, how are you? Yes, Flight Simulator 3. I do the other Sims as well, going all the way back to Flight Simulator 1. Doing pretty good. Doing really good. I haven't streamed in the past 3 weeks, so it's good. It's good to be back here and flying and being here live with you folks. I missed it. I really did. I was working on some video production projects for the KILR TV YouTube channel. So I started going back to doing some game reviews. Two of the big ones that are actually not doing too bad over on KILR TV. Last week I did the Rex 6 Weather Force 2020 for Flight Sim 2020. And Orbix came out with the Graz, Austria airport, which I thought was a neat airport because the control tower is really different. It's got like an advertisement, like Coca-Cola and I don't know, a beer or something on the other side. And it's got this digital readout thing that kind of goes around like this. It's pretty cool. So I saw that and I was like, yeah, you know what? I got to get that. And did a review on that. And I've got some reviews on some classic Flight Sim stuff too that I did for Flight Sim 5 and 98 and also 2000. So yeah, I do all the simulators. And that includes X-Plane also. Gone all the way back to X-Plane 5, all the way to X-Plane 11. Sierra's Pro Pilot, Terminal Realities Flies, Sublogic ATP I do have. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And there are plans to do Flight Unlimited as well. I have 3. I need to get 1 and 2. And I do more than just Flight Sim. But Flight Sim tends to be one of the most popular things that people like to see. I've had some people ask me, it's like, why are you playing this? Don't you have a more modern simulator? Like, yes, I do, but the old simulators are fun. What is landing like in this game? Challenging. Because you don't have flight dynamics in this. So when it stalls, the nose likes to point its way to the ground. So trying to land this like you would land it in like FS9 to P3D, Flight Sim 2020, or even X-Plane for that matter, you can't fly it the same way. Or you will find your nose going right into the ground. How far am I? We are 39 miles away from Lansing, Michigan. We're going to be landing at the Capital City Airport. We had left Detroit, Michigan a little while ago. That's it back there. That's Detroit. We're on Sublogic Scenery Disc number 11. And I can go ahead and pull that up on a map here, so that way you can see that. Ah, you can't see the lake. I was hoping you'd be able to see the lake. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there's Lake Erie right there. Oh, try listening to that engine sound with headphones on. But no, Bacteranio, Ser Humano. I hope that's close. Yeah, no problem, SquidBeam. Just glad to have you here with us. Some people like to have this on in the background where they're doing something. And I say that's awesome, because hey, you know, we're just kind of flying, so, you know, if you were in an airplane, you wouldn't be looking out the window the whole time. You'd probably be doing something on the way. I can't offer you snacks and magazines or anything. Sorry about that. I could get a magazine and then we can read it together. That's about the best I would be able to do. Bacteriano, if you're still there, welcome. I know a little bit of Spanish, but I am out of practice. And the H is silent, so it's actually hermano. If you want an H sound, you put a J. So it's not Jose or Joe's, it's Jose. We're on course for Capital City. 33 miles to go. Once in a while you may see like a white globe up there. Those are clouds, in case you're wondering. Where is Lansing? There it is. This road right here is Interstate 96. And that goes up to Lansing. Lining up with a runway is pretty challenging because of it's hard to get a sense of distance, not only in front of you but also down to the ground. So you have to make use of your instruments for one, and you need to check to see what the altitude is at the airport, which is what I'm doing right now. The altitude is 859. So I need to keep that in mind when I'm going to land. So even though you do have visual here, this is really good IFR practice too. And at nighttime, you get even more IFR practice. Pretty much on the old simulators, they consider VFR to be following a road or a river. And really the only roads that they put in here are like major interstates. Got 28 miles to go. I've got some stuff that I'm planning to work on. I am working on doing a game review of this right here. This is for Flight Simulator 95 and 98. Fly the big one. 747 jumbo jet from Alpha Software. Which is funny because Alpha Software is not a flight simulation company. They do a lot of other stuff. But this was developed by an expert Lufthansa pilot. So yeah, I got a whole bunch of stuff like this for Flight Sim 5 and 98 and 2000. So you get to see those simulators with add-ons and stuff like that. We take those old sims and we push them to the next level. Or two. Gives you a chance to see what those old simulators look like when you load it up. And I gotta tell you, I got some stuff for Flight Simulator 98 that the flights will just blow your mind. Like, wow, all this is on Flight Simulator 98. And in some ways, it actually makes it more fun than Flight Sim 2020. I mean, no, it doesn't have the graphics, but the immersion, along with a little bit of imagination, really goes really takes you to a whole new thing. That up ahead is Lansing, Michigan. This road over here to the left, let me take a look at a map. That is either Route 127? That's got to be Route 127. There's a Interstate 69 that also goes south, but it goes off in that direction there. 21 miles to the airport. Remember, the altitude at the airport is 859. So we're about 2,000 feet above ground level. And we need to have a little bit of height in order to be able to see the runways clearly and line up. If you're too low, it's really hard to see it. Looks like we might be having a problem over on YouTube. And Twitch as well. There it goes. Look like we're having a bit of a signal problem. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think that is happening. Well, not to worry. In case you missed something, these are being recorded, so you'll be able to see them later on. I keep getting messages on my phone. I think it's messing something up. Let me know if the video signal is good. It looks like I was having some trouble there earlier. Yeah, John, you were having... you probably were getting some stuttering. There was a little bit of problem, it looked like, with the stream. I was watching it from my end, and it looks like it was having some problems. It was happening both on YouTube and Twitch. It seems to have corrected itself. Okay, capital city right over here. There's our airport. We'll start heading over there. This is where it gets fun because we don't really know how far away the airport is, because the VOR is not at the airport. Actually, the VOR, or the airport, is just before and to the north of the Lansing VOR. Alright, let's get ready for landing. We're going to drop the landing gear. We'll drop one thing of flaps here. I have to keep an eye on my vertical speed too. So like I said, with the old simulators, you really got to pay attention to your instruments. It's not as easily seen when if you're going down too fast, or how close you are to the ground or the airport itself. So you gotta really keep an eye on that. So this is Lansing, Michigan. Now, let's see if we'll use our map here. Hopefully we'll be able to pull up the airport, or be able to see it. See it a little bit right here. And I can't tell here. I think there's a runway right there. We're not close enough for me to be able to zoom in and see. I'm going to slow her down a little bit more. We'll check the map again once we enter the boundaries of Lansing. You may think that this is a random shape. It's not. If you were to compare this shape with the shape of, if you look at a map of Lansing, where it shows you the borders of you'll see that it'll match, or match very closely to it. Just like these highways, freeways that are going through here. Like this one here is, I think, 296, maybe? I can't figure out what this one here is. That could be 96. Okay, let's take a look at that map here. Still not in view. There is a shortcut for the map using the numlock key. it doesn't always work. That's why I just pull it up from the menu. I think I can see the runway. I think it's right here, coming off at an angle there. Because then there are two other runways that cross it. We'll drop one more thing of flaps here. Yeah, I think that's the runway. I'm beginning to see it a little bit more now. Oh, look at this. There's something over here. Oh, never mind. Those are just the dots. Those are just the dots that Flight Sim 3 can add to break up the monotony of the ground. Yeah, you guys see the runway? It's a little bit more noticeable. It's right there, which means I need to turn this way a little bit more. See, and that's why you want to give yourself a little bit of height. We're about 1,000 feet above ground level, because otherwise it's really hard to be able to see that runway, to be able to line up with it. Ooh, it looks like we're a bit high. Or that's a thin runway. Yeah, we're a bit high. Okay, now we're going a little too fast. Do you see what stalling does? Stalling is like, you better unstall yourself or I'm going to nose you down into the ground. Alright, let's brake right here for the moment. I'm looking to see if I don't think there is a fuel box over here. Nope. Nope, there's not. Ah, there it is. Okay. Go ahead and bring the flaps up. Go ahead and shut that off. Okay, welcome to Capital City. That sounds like a cool name, doesn't it? Capital City? Capital City Airport. Okay, well, I want to thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, click that like button and share the video, leave some comments. Guess what? It helps. It does. It helps with that whole algorithm thing. And there are other flight sim fans out there that date back to the old simulators, and they may not even know that this series exists. So come on, we got a tight bond here with flight simmers. So help each other out. Let people know that this series is out there, and also subscribe, ring that notification bell, be a part of our killer community, because we have an awesome community here. It's growing. It's a little slow, but it's growing, and it's growing at a very strong pace, and that's good. And hopefully we'll be able to build it bigger and bigger and bigger, and just have one awesome community here. I would love to have that, and love to have you all as a part of that. So subscribe, and the notification bell will let you know when future flight simulation content is uploaded, as well as live streams, which I also do over on Twitch. So give me a follow over there. Believe it or not, following me and watching me over on Twitch actually gives me more support than what I get on YouTube, because I don't make anything on YouTube, at least not yet. I think it's going to be a long while before that happens. But on Twitch, you're able to financially support me there just by watching, because they run ads and stuff like that, and I get a little bit of something. Little. I might be able to get like a hamburger or something like that from fast food. But yeah, so if you follow me and watch on Twitch, it definitely helps out. So if you want to support me there, that would be great. Plus you can do subscriptions there as well, if you do want to donate. And I got things set up for bonuses and stuff. So hope to see you over there on Twitch. And then Instagram for pictures and photos of things that I work on behind the scenes. Gives you an idea of what might be coming up. Twitter is our source for official killer news and announcements. Retweets of things that I think you might find interesting. It's our official way of being able to communicate with you folks. And then Snapchat, our official way to entertain you, I guess, with pictures, silly pictures and stuff. Once in a while. I don't do much with Snapchat just because I haven't quite figured it out. Well, I mean, I know what to do with it, but you know, with each of the social media platforms, I try to do something different, something unique with each one, and I quite haven't figured out what I want to do with Snapchat. So for right now, it's just kind of a silly picture every now and then. And then there is Patreon. We talked about supporting if you wanted to donate. Not only can you do that on Twitch, but you can also do that on Patreon as well. If you do want to help invest in the channel, you get rewards there as well. So you could support me on Twitch, you can support me on Patreon, you can do both. I won't complain. But anyways, no, seriously, I appreciate anything you're willing to do. And even if you can't do it, I just love having you here. I really do. So thanks so much for coming. Appreciate it. And I will see you on the next exciting leg of our journey. Have a killer awesome day.